Hello everyone and welcome back to Kinkoi, Reina's route. The next day is Sunday. To be crystal clear, the fact that it was another day off was horrendous luck. Horrendous luck. Oh, okay. A number of problems had arisen and...
Come in.
Oh.
Right, I forgot about you. I had no choice but to invite this guy over.
島くんが来てるってマジ？マジモンのマジであの島くん？
Really, really?
ちらっと見たけど間違いないよ。私は去年から何度も大会見に行ってるもん。島東亮さん、スポーツ新聞で見ました。うちの県からついに出た球界の歴代でもトップクラスの逸材だって。
Thanks, Akane.
へえ。なんで島くんがこんなところにっていうか。どうして市松さんのお部屋に？
Why do you care?
Oh, you know well why she cares.
Oh, I know. We escaped the noisy outsiders in the foyer and hid in my dorm room. So this is my room. That's my stack of boxes that never get unpacked.
He's like, wow, you had the same thing in your actual room.
Yeah, you know.
部屋片付いてるんだな。
Did we not just address the pile of boxes?
Yeah, I guess.
変な感じ。お前の部屋って小学校の時からぐっちゃぐちゃのイメージしかないわ。
Not as huge of a mess as yours.
Oh.
まあな。あ、マリア・ビショップのポスター。まだ持ってるんだ。
Do we?
Touch it and you die.
I was about to say, the only thing I see is that, what, landscape painting on the right?
Hot control landscape. Shut up. It doesn't hurt anything, does it?
いいけど。あ、おい、前に見た時よりブヨブヨしてるぞ。テンション上がって舐めたりしてないだろうな。
Why would that be your first assumption?
No, but incidentally, I never washed my left hand.
It smells like petroleum jelly.
I'm not. It's super humid here since there's a lake nearby.
そうか。
You may face your Nichiro poster and say, Nichiro-san, I'm going to practice. Please watch over me when you do your morning stretches, but don't lump me in with you.
あれは大事な儀式なんだよ。
Idol worship is very unhealthy. Come on, Jeffrey. Oh, man. Shima Toryo. My childhood friend. I hadn't seen him since summer break, around 4 months ago, but our conversations were the same as always. Maybe it really was because we were childhood friends? I honestly didn't want to talk to him anymore, though.
Good, because that's how I've been reading my lines.
Well, you've been spot on. Frankly, I didn't feel like seeing him today either. So I just closed my eyes and he went away. It was just unavoidable given how things worked out yesterday. Not after he suddenly turned up out of nowhere.
おい、待てって。
I will not.
I have nothing to say to you.
待てってば。
Let's go, Reina.
I pulled them both by the hand and dashed toward the dorm. We had successfully gotten away, but...
待てってば、オーロ!
Oh shit, I forgot he's fast. He followed after us. Ow.
いた!
Oh, he said ow.
見ない顔ですが、何者です？
You've been here this whole time?
She was just like the bush on the side of, like, next to the door. It's like in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Oh, yeah.
You're just sitting there with like a 90% camo.
この領へ無許可で忍び込むのは、現在日本では首相官邸に忍び込むより無謀かと存じますが。
I actually would be more afraid of Borlacoche.
誰この黒服さんたち
They're the men in black. Even though Exodus is a
Galaxy
woman.
Defenders.
Yes.
あらあら、お客様ですこと？
お騒がせしましたカミナル様。ただの侵入者のようです。
腕を取って日本警察にでも引き渡しますかな。
That would be unfortunate considering his fame.
はぁ
Oh, wait.
He needs that arm. I obviously didn't want my childhood friend's arm to get lopped off.
He pitches with that arm. Cut the other one off.
Later, Mina-chan suggested we settle the matter by talking it over. Why are you the most mature person in this situation?
Look, it's Mina-chan.
Yeah, you're right. And that brought us to this moment.
なあ、昨日のあれ何だったの？ノーブル学園ってお嬢様校とは聞いてるけど、あんな怖いボディーガードまでいるの？
Co-ed.
Okay, first of all, they're not scary. And second of all, don't call me a rich girl.
Would it be worse if he called us a poor girl?
No, because at least he's half right.
Well, okay.
That's a major exception. Don't ask. It's a pain to explain.
The short one's a princess.
おう。
ですから姫様、これは市松殿の個人的なことですゆえ。
But I want to get involved.
でも、オーロのお友達が来ているのでしょ？ご挨拶したいわ。
Sylvie really is like a golden retriever.
Actually, kind of.
なんだか揉めてる様子でしたわよ。やっぱり、私が無理やりノーブル学園に招いたから、昔からのお友達は混乱させてしまったのかしら。
You think?
その辺も合わせてお話ししたいわ。用事はキャンセルできたでしょ？行きましょう。
Oh no, is this going to be one of her 2 days off?
No.
お待ちください。
We're not on your route.
島殿がいらっしゃったのなら、姫様が、というか、他の誰かが間に入るべきではありません。市松殿と島殿の間には、何人も入ってはならない事情がありますゆえ。
Oh yeah, because Ella actually knows about some of the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
そういえばエロいな。あなた、ゲローの昔の事情には調べがいっているのでしたわね。
図らずも。
お話しなさい。気になって仕方ありませんわ。
しかし、これは市松殿の。
命令よ。ゲローも聞いて隠したがるとは思えませんわ。
Yes, he would.
エル、私からもお願い。
Ooh, that's kind of unfair.
Yeah. I mean... Yeah.
何か問題があるなら知っておきたいわ。
Oof. I really feel bad for her in that situation.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I do too.
心配した。いなくなったって聞いて。おじさんとおばさんに聞いても教えてくれなくて。
Well, you know how they are.
Well, yeah.
It'd be a huge hassle if Sylvie's invitation to Noble Academy got leaked to the public, so my parents had been sworn to secrecy, and threatened to have their arms lopped off. As a result, nearly none of my friends on the outside knew that I was currently at Noble Academy.
高藤から聞いたんだ。
Alright, because we slipped up. Among my old group of friends, Takato was the only one I had spoken with recently.
Incidentally, you might never want to tell someone that you know him.
Yeah. I hadn't mentioned Noble Academy, but I had brought up Jokasaki's name. He must have pieced together that we were at the same school.
Okay, that's actually some decent detective work.
一応見に来てみて。
He's not the world's greatest detective, but he's pretty good.
よかった。あえて。
Stop talking, Toryo! I'm gonna have him reread his line because I didn't realize he was just like muttering the whole time underneath and just like, just fucking talk!
But your stop talking Toryo probably is what he's thinking.
Yeah, you're probably right.
まさかとは思ったけど、一応見に来てみて。うん。よかった。あえて。すごいな、オロ。ノーブル学園ってめちゃくちゃ偏差値高いんだろ？
Yeah, I studied.
そうなんだ。
I don't believe that for 2 seconds.
To be fair, that's a shitty bluff.
Yeah, bluff check. In reality, I hadn't studied at all. I just kidnapped a princess.
Since I had plenty of time to kill after what happened this summer.
I shouldn't have said it. It was pointlessly nasty. There was no point in even saying it to him, and yet... Even though I had absolutely nothing to do this past summer, it wasn't even his fault.
あの島くんがすぐそこに。どうしよう。会いたいよ。せめて握手だけでも。
I'll never wash my hand again. You just see her nasty hand on the fan disc.
割とガッチちゃんで好きなのね。だってイケメンだっつってんじゃん。ほら見てこれ。見て。見たよ、その写真なら前に。新聞のやつでしょ？かっこいいよね、これ。去年県内の大会で決勝を完全で決めた時の写真。キャッチャーの人と抱き合っててさ。
Who is that Ouro-shaped catcher?
Who's that Pokemon? It's Jigglypuff as seen from above.
ねえレイナ、このキャッチャーの人、マスク脱いでる途中でよく見えないけど、この口元って。
That's very specific.
うん。え、これって。
Batman, probably.
先輩ですか？
市松殿は、
Oh, she cracked.
かつてここの隣町の浜南学園で野球部に属していたのだそうです。ポジションはキャッチャー、捕手というやつで、浜南の主砲、ピッチャー島東亮とバッテリーを組んだ一番の相棒だったそうです。いなくなっただけで島殿が調子を崩し、今年夏の大会ではまともに機能しなかったほど。
バッテリー？
はい。野球には詳しくないのでよく存じませんが、簡単に言うとですね、野球というスポーツはピッチャーというポジションが勝敗に直結するほど大事なのだそうで、そこに島殿がいたから浜南は全国でも有数の成績を上げるほど強くなり、しかし同時に非常にナイーブな仕事でもある。島殿の実力を完全に引き出す相方が市松殿でした。そして、市松殿が野球部を辞めたことで、島殿、ひいては浜南学園は勝てなくなってしまったのです。
They didn't have the strength to defeat Majin Buu.
へえ。オーラ、とてもすごい仕事をしていたのね。
おそらくは、私は野球に詳しくないので細かくはわかりませんが、人の癖や心理に鋭敏な市松殿の才能が 保守という仕事の中で島殿の助けになっていたのは間違いありません。
夏、負けたわ。
I know.
あ、だよな。あの頃はまだ学校こっちだったもんな。完全にスランプでさ。
Did you stay properly hydrated? You can be so thick-headed and you always got a heat stroke a couple times in the summer.
ああ。お前が管理してくれないと、すぐ。
Ah, so that's what that was set up for.
実は夏休みの練習で何度か。でも、一応試合の日は気つけてたよ。ちえかちゃんも言ってくれたし。ただ、体調は万全でも、やっぱりさ、ボールの方が言うこと聞かなくて。ストライクが入らなくなっちゃって、1回戦の1回から5点もいかれちゃってさ、みんなも一気に集中力が消えちゃって。
Who did we get replaced with?
Actually, his problem was that he was only in semi-perfect shape.
1イニングに5点も入ったの、生まれて初だった。途中からもう向こうが無理に振ってくれたから止まったようなもんで。お前の代わりの捕手、佐々木先輩になったんだよ。覚えてるか？
Well, apparently he's not a great catcher.
Yeah.
あの人悪いキャッチャーじゃないんだけど、やっぱどうもさ、思いっきりカーブかけると絶対取り逃すし。
Just
So
kept...
he's terrible.
Yeah, it kind of seems that way.
That's because you don't have a steady curveball and you think it'll magically work out as long as you keep it away from the bat.
すまん。佐々木先輩にも取れる球をって投げると、どうしてもキレが甘くてさ、カーブが使い物にならなくて。ほら俺、ストレートは160出るけど、カーブなしじゃ武器がないだろ？で、結局ストレートオンリーじゃ、さ。
Even if you reach 160 kilometers per hour, it'll fly as long as metal bat makes contact.
佐々木先輩の配球だと、ストライク取りに行くのもバレバレだし。
And that's what caused your slump?
一番は、言い訳させてもらうと、監督もひでえよな。こっち投げれなくなってるのに、全然変えてくれないの。晒し投げっていうのか？あれ。
It's your fault for not being able to pitch.
Damn.
わかってるよ。言うなよ。冷てえな。昔のお前は、俺がスランプだったり、球が乱れた時はすぐに近寄ってきて、大丈夫だ、落ち着けって優しく言ってくれたのに。中学3年間、一度だって1イニングに3点以上は出さなかった安定感は、お前がいてくれたからだろうな。
Don't know.
We hadn't talked in a long time, but everything he said rang hollow. There was no way around it. It was boring to listen to another man's idle complaints. As far as I was concerned, this was done and over with.
お前がいなきゃ、ダメだった。お前の配球と、お前の的、何より、どんな球も絶対取ってくれるお前がいること自体が、俺の自信だった。
Look, man, I'm on Reina's route. Good luck in the fan disc.
Well, and he's got Shaika. Does she know how you feel?
I see.
だからさ、オーロ。できたらなんだけど。俺ともう一度。
I can't.
え？
I answered him immediately.
I belong to Noble Academy now. I can't go back to Hamanon.
でも、
Say I go back, then what? You want me to work my butt off with the baseball club? If I went back now, I'd just lead the second string lifestyle, then retire when next summer comes. On the other hand, my future career prospects are practically endless if I stay here and graduate from Noble Academy. I'll be able to become a stable civil servant at the least.
That is a valid point.
I have no reason to go back. That's all.
Maybe I was a little hasty. Either way, I told him exactly what I wanted to say yesterday. Since yesterday, I knew that this guy would suggest something to the effect of, let's play together again. That was why I thought up how to reject him. I more or less knew what he would say, how he would act, and what he was thinking. Since we'd been in a battery together for years.
ノーブル学園が相手じゃ、部が悪いってのは、確かったわな。
Yeah.
There was no academy that would better serve my future than this one. In terms of self-interest, I had zero reason to leave this place.
So he's technically got a good point. Everything he said is true.
Mm-hmm.
But like, on this route, isn't this man making like straight C's or D's?
You know what? That's a good point. And I don't...
And like not studying or doing anything?
I honestly think even if he makes C's or D's, just the prestige of graduating from Noble Academy probably outweighs...
That's probably true. Yeah, you're right.
And I mean, if the coach is the way he says he is, he probably would end up getting benched a lot.
He is 100% correct.
I mean, yeah, Toryo has a really good opportunity to play professionally, but
yeah,
a couple of things. If they weren't also scouting Ouro, there's no potential there, and his career is going to be really short-lived without Ouro. So...
yeah, so then what are you going to do?
Exactly.
でも、プロに、野球でプロへの道を目指すなら、ここより絶対にハマなんだぜ。
He had a point. Noble Academy didn't put any effort into baseball. If I were to devote my life to the sport, then a school that frequented national tournaments like Hamanon would be best. However...
that's only for the first-string players, and the exceptional ones at that. The ball boys in second string never make it pro.
お前ならすぐまた一軍に戻れる。保証する。
Not happening.
できるって。知ってるだろ。うちの野球部でお前より上手いやつなんて一人もいなかったんだから。
Fair point. Based on the abilities I witnessed at Hamanon in those days, this guy was the #1 athlete pro scouts focused on. And I was #2. Okay, so he actually did have scouts looking at him.
Okay, that's not bad. And especially if you've got a really good rapport with a #1 guy, he can always, like if somebody asks, hey, you played with this catcher, is he good? And you're like, oh, he's 10 on 10.
But it still raises the issue if they were to get traded or assigned to different teams, it would break the whole thing down. Honestly, it kind of sounds like Ouro would do better than Toryo would.
Actually, yes.
Of that, I was confident. But
it's second string.
そんなことないって。そりゃ、ちょっとなまってるかもだけど。
They'll dump me in second string, rusty or not. The coach will never let me into the first string. The coach's word is absolute, and ability is irrelevant. That's what sports are. As long as baseball is a sport, I'll be in second string. That's all. I have no reason to return to Hamanon.
Good day, sir. I said good day.
そうか。まだ、恨んでるよな。俺たち
Well,
の、
whatever gave you that idea?
俺のこと。
It's not like that.
It was exactly like that.
It made me happy to hear I was your source of confidence. I believe you'll go pro in the future, and that you'll become an athlete that brings in a comfortable 100 million yen salary. To be blunt, I even believe you'll make it to the majors. Become as famous as you can, then write your autobiography, remember what you just told me, write, once upon a time I teamed up with the ultimate catcher.
Who faded into obscurity as a civil servant.
Come on, you've got team championship photos from elementary and middle school, don't you? One's with the two of us side by side, you can use those too.
オーロ。
If I'm going to be involved in the sport of baseball anytime in the future, it's only in those photos.
Toryo fell silent. I knew it would end up this way. He'd never beaten me in a verbal argument even once. I absolutely knew it.
Go back. You snuck out of practice, I assume. Incidentally, how does he sneak out of practice?
That's a really good question. Toryo sluggishly stood up.
I imagine that's like Michael Jordan sneaking out of practice in like the mid-90s Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wouldn't people notice?
You would think so.
そうだ。夏ひどいこと言ったの、謝りたかった。あの時はまだ、ちえかちゃんのためだったって知らなかったから。悪かった。裏切り者とか。
No sweat it. I did betray the team after all. That's one of the reasons I can never go back.
He left. We might never meet again. I doubt that. Oh well, that was a part of life. I opened the door. Toryo headed outside as he rubbed his eyes a bit. Ooh, poor guy.
Jason!
What?
Sylvie-san? Did you just punch him?
No, kicked.
Kicked him.
She drop kicked him. A princess came kicking her way in out of nowhere.
この人ね、私のオーロを連れて行こうっていうのは。
Not on your route.
I'll be honest, there are times that I still forget we're not on Sylvie's route because we were on her route for so long.
All routes are Sylvie's route.
任せてオーロ、とっちめてあげるわ。チャリアー
Every single one you have to share whoever you chose with Sylvie.
Every route is Sylvie's route. Every route leads back to her somehow.
It's like all roads lead to Rome, except for Rome is Sylvie.
何オーロ、この人誰
Just,
Somebody with a really good kick. Also, bow.
yeah, you know, a princess. It happens.
あれテレビで見たことあるような。
Yeah.
We went back in the room.
エルから聞いて飛んできたのは、今オーロの部屋にいる男は、オーロをノーブル学園から別の学園に連れて行くつもりだって。
We settled it, kind of.
オーロは渡さないわよ。
はい。
She is Noble Academy.
ソルティレージュのお姫様？なんで？
It's a long story.
You know her?
有名人だもん。ちょっと前の日本シリーズで始球式やった時の写真、携帯に何枚か入れてるわ。
The way someone from outside of the academy looked at Sylvie was refreshing.
うおー、本当に美人だ。
I'm gonna tell Chayeka you said that. And this gave me a bit of a superiority complex. This gorgeous lady and I were super close, you know.
Even closer in another timeline.
Yeah.
So you shattered the serious mood rather spectacularly.
She has a talent for that.
申し訳ない。
Ella-san had tagged along with Sylvie.
島殿が市松殿に接触されたと聞き、事情を姫様に。それで最終的には浜南学園に呼び戻すつもりであろうことをお伝えしたら飛び出してしまわれて。
オーロはもうノーブル学園の人なんだから。
We've always belonged here.
連れて行く気なら容赦しないわ。
すいません。おい、オーロ。なんでシルビア王女が出てくるんだよ。
We're her pet.
We got a thing going.
Sort of.
あっちの人は、あれだよな。シルビア王女の美人ボディーガードで、一部で有名なカバリエロさんだよな。
And sister, but we don't know that.
You know her?
ネットで有名だよ。一部じゃこっちの方が美人じゃないかって。
Oh. No, that didn't matter right now.
Calm down, Sylvie. This guy's just a childhood friend, and he came over today to hang out. He's going home now. Here, see him off.
そうなの？
はい。
She was good at reading the mood, so she likely inferred that would be the best course of action and nodded her head.
それは失礼したわ。
いえ、それじゃあ。
Toryo was getting ready to leave. At the very end, he told me,
オロ、
What?
俺、待ってるから。
You're gonna be waiting a long time.
じゃあ。
Yeah.
Off he went.
To wait like that episode of Futurama?
Oh, now that would be really sad.
Really sad.
Oh, that episode is so heartbreaking.
Oh, that ending.
I know.
あとシルビア王女のサイン欲しいんだけど、頼んだらもらえる？
Never mind, it's not like that episode at all.
Get the fuck out. I kind of want to keep that.
You know what? Fine. That works.
チェ。
There he went. That was priceless. That was very good.
I didn't really think he'd do that.
Ooh, boy. At some point, a huge crowd had formed outside. Toryo was a popular guy, and several girls had come by to say hello to him. He was the #1 athlete pro scouts had honed in on, while I was #2, but that wasn't accurate. Even if there were 100 scouts, all of them would have their eyes planted on him and him alone. I bet they wouldn't notice any other member of his team. If there was a #2, it'd probably be me, but I hadn't actually been scouted to go pro in the first place. He and I were always standing on different stages. No golden path had been laid out for me. We have to go through a few more routes before that happens.
I was like, we'll get there.
I went back to my room.
オーロ。
Oh, you're still here.
ええ。あの人、誰なの？幼馴染とは聞いてるけど。
Yeah. Like I said, a friend, an old one. That's all.
Ancient even. Nothing more and nothing less.
そう。ねえ、オーロ、エルに聞いたわ。オーロ、このノーブル学園に来る前は、さっきの子のいる浜南学園にいて。でも、9月の時点で退学してたんですって。どうして？
I really didn't want to tell her. But Ella-san should know. She investigated everything about me when we first met, including many things that I wish she hadn't. I bet she wouldn't say if I asked her to keep quiet about it. Nah. That was enough. This was a pain.
Because I was bullied.
Huh?
I had a tiny screw-up in the baseball club and was demoted to second string. Because of it, our academy lost the first match of the tournament. And so I got bullied by all of my teammates. It got to be too much, so I dropped out of school over summer break.
その言い方は語弊があります。市松殿が監督の意向に歯向かったのは訳あってのこと。それで試合に出さなかったのは監督の強量です。その結果大会で負けることになったのは市松殿のせいでは。ましてその件で嫌がらせを受けたのはほとんど部員たちの八つ当たりに近いもので。
Alyssa. I was a failure of an athlete the second I defied my coach. That goes for sports and baseball in general.
Ella-san was someone who also devoted herself to a sport through fencing. She must have understood to an extent and went silent. The world of sports was more or less an anomaly.
That's actually why it genuinely helped me on a life-changing level when you invited me to this academy, Sylvie.
Ouro.
Thank you, Sylvie. I'm glad I met you.
She embraced me. Not a soft, girly sort of hug, but more of an emotional, manly, tenacious embrace.
私はオーロの味方よ。オーロが望むなら、その監督とか、オーロをいじめてた人たちみんなひどい目に遭わせてもいいわ。どんな手を使っても。
That's not necessary.
Strangely enough, the next day the Hanuman Baseball Club's bus was blown up in an airstrike.
姫様、それは。
権力とはそういうものよ。無慈悲で残酷で、相手の気持ちなんて考えずに人を押しつぶすわ。
Breaking news this evening. The country of Sortilege has declared war on the Hamanon baseball team.
オーロが悔しかった気持ち、わかる。
I will say, I like Sylvie more now.
I know. Wow. It was the same for me. I was crushed by the coach's ruthless, cruel power. But
you don't need to do that. You've already given me more than enough salvation. That's plenty. Thank you, Sylvie.
何かしてほしいことがあったら言ってね。何でも聞くから。
Well, now that you mention it.
Yeah. Then, could you give me an autograph later? I'll give it to Toryo.
それくらいなら、喜んで。
Also, a picture.
This wasn't a hug you'd get every day, so I snapped a photo.
何？
I'll show Toryo next time I see him, to brag.
市松殿、そういう写真は下手に出回ると御身の首を絞めますよ。
Never mind.
Isn't this much fine?
Then,
That's all I want you to do for me, Sylvie. You've already done everything I could ever want from you.
さあ、
she seemed to have settled down and let me go. It seemed she had snuck away from some job she had today. She headed back in the afternoon. There were still several people outside, and a few were investigating what was going on. As such, I wouldn't be going outside today. Alright, open up that box and let's see what's on top.
Well, I'm not going outside. It's just like old times at this academy.
I didn't have the willpower to go out anyway, so I spent the whole day lounging around in bed. Ah, man, there went my long-awaited Sunday. Aww. Why had I become so apathetic? All of my willpower had been sapped, just because I ran into him. Maybe I still had regrets. Somewhere inside of me. Maybe there was something still lingering deep down. It's not a tumor.
おいっす。
Hey,
Reina turned up about the time things simmered down outside.
what's up?
ふふふ。今の君が必要としてるものを持ってきてやったのさ。
It's coffee milk, isn't it?
I was literally
じゃーん
about to.
コーヒー牛乳
Yep.
さあさ、ぐいっといきねえ。コーヒー牛乳さえあれば、悩み事の99割は片付くよ。
I feel like chugging coffee milk is going to cause more problems than it's going to solve.
It may solve 99% of my problems, but what about the 1% that is lactose intolerance? This is a small-time religious belief for you at this point.
I took it anyhow. Chug?
She's just sitting there. Let the coffee milk get inside you.
Praise be! I feel the soothing grace of the coffee milk. Hallelujah.
ど元気出た
Mercy.
Why did it all of a sudden become Johnny Bravo?
I don't know, man.
I kind of wish I could have chugged it after taking a bath.
お風呂の後はフルーツ牛乳でしょ
Are those
You're
also...
weird. I don't get it.
I was about to say, are these also the rules of your church? You don't get it.
Really don't get your obsessions. But yeah, it helps. I'm worn out today, so having something sweet helps a lot.
That's why you're here, Reina. I sipped away at the rest little by little. Sweet. Relaxing. I thought there was going to be another adjective there.
結構ハードな人生を送ってたんだね。
Are you talking to Ouro or me?
Yes.
Not enough to be worth talking about.
If you were to use the word bullied, then it might sound tough. In reality, it was as run-of-the-mill as it got. If you disrupted a group's harmony, they cut you out. Once you were removed from the circle, you couldn't stick around anymore. Was there even a person alive who'd grown up without a single irrational run-in with misfortune? Mine just happened to be a tiny bit harsher than most. My luck was just the slightest bit poor. That's all it was. Right, 'cause, you know, woe is he who ends up kidnapping a princess and getting accepted into a really prestigious academy and all that jazz.
It's like he has bad luck and then he has really good luck. And
Yeah.
then I think it just keeps going like that. It's like, oh man, things went shitty at my last school. Oh hey, I kidnapped a princess by accident and ended up in here. oh, hey, there's this one specific student who doesn't like me and got me put in this room for like 2 weeks. Oh, hey, because of an accident, I helped everybody out. Now I'm accepted.
Yep, that's the roller coaster he's on.
おいで。
Are we also going to get a hug from you?
Mer?
I was thinking like sheep noises. Ooh, this is better.
Oh, hey.
Poff. Reina, who had sat down beside me, pulled me in and placed my head on her lap.
Shouldn't lap pillow be the other way? Like facing the other way, I mean.
Yeah, but you know, then you'd have to draw facial details and all that jazz.
We still don't want to give him eyes.
It's hidden. It's hidden under his bangs. It's fine.
What's this for?
これはね、膝枕というのだよ。
I know what it's called. I want to know why you're doing it all of a sudden.
いいからいいから。
She gently patted me on the head. Yeesh. She was a tough read sometimes. It felt nice, so it was probably fine. Her toned yet supple thighs felt great. Pleasantly warm against my face. Wait, wasn't this backwards? Her belly was right in front of my eyes.
Oh, hey!
Well, there you go. Reina's body filled my entire field of vision, and I was being engulfed in this bitter-sweet aroma. Well, I was happy, so better stay this way. Warm. Soft.
懐かしいなぁ。昔はあいつがへこんだ時もよくこうしてやってたっけ。
Certain someone?
ああ、うん。幼馴染。本郷って言ってね。さっきの、島くんだっけ？多分彼よりイケメンだよ。
And all of a sudden we are immediately filled with a strong sense of jealous rage.
I see.
A handsome childhood friend. That she gave lap pillows. Ha.
モデルになろうとしてたくらいだったからね。長身で、スラッとして。
Never mind, everything's fine.
まあ本人は胸が A カップから上に行かないって悩んでたけど。
Actually, for models, like depending on what you're modeling, that's preferred.
That's true.
She's a woman?
女だよ。
For whatever reason, I pictured a guy when you said the name Hongo.
The word handsome wasn't just meant for men these days. It got used for women, children, the elderly, dogs, and even cats, so it was fundamentally difficult to tell.
そいつがへこんだ時もこうしてあげてた。へこんだ時全部に気づいてあげてれば、今も一緒に遊べてたかな。
I could hear the gloom in her tone. Did that mean...
Hongo-san, what happened with her?
ん？北海道。中学の時、男っぽいっていじられててね。なんとなくこっちにいるのが嫌になったみたい。で、遠くに行って出直しだーって。のけじょんになって農業学校入ったんだけど、牧畜もやっててさ。毎日絞りたての牛乳飲むようにしたら、胸は C カップになったって。
I don't think that's how that works, but go on.
Good for her.
Sounded like she was reasonably happy with her life. But Reina had a foreboding look as she spoke of her.
When she was teased, you didn't notice she hated it? Or something?
うん。 あれがいじりだったのかいじめだったのか、今でも自信ない。
It's a thin line sometimes.
私のこと、どう思われてたのか。
It's not like she ran away to Hokkaido or anything, really. It's not your fault.
わかってるけどさ。
This actually, yeah, I was about to say, this makes a lot of sense as to why she was the person who reached out to us and befriended us when everyone else didn't like us and, we got exiled to this room.
Mm-hmm. It makes perfect sense. This might be why she was so sensitive to people's expressions. She was a kind person.
だから今度こそ、友達が悩んでるときは、何とかしてあげたいんだ。さあ、もっと甘えろ、オーロ。コーヒー牛乳は足りてるかい？
It's plenty.
Enough with the coffee milk already. As long as I had her lap pillow. I curled myself up slightly. My head sunk into Reina's lap in kind. I put all of my weight against her. She made for a squishy, comfortable pillow.
"この前へこんでたのもこれ?"
Yep. I still dream about it sometimes. About those days.
This past summer. Only 4 months had passed since then, huh? So many fun things had happened since I transferred to Noble Academy that I had forgotten. It was only 4 months ago, so I dreamt of it often. The nightmares followed me.
The thing about me...
I just so happened to speak up. Not that I wanted to talk about it that much. It was so lame. But I didn't stop. Before I knew it, I had apparently found Reina easy to rely on.
I wanted to walk a path where no one would be ashamed of me. It wasn't that I wanted to show off.
I really didn't want to be a show-off. I wanted to be immaculate. Yes, I wanted to be golden. There it is, I was wondering when it was going to come up on this route.
Mm-hmm.
That was all.
That's why I fought against my coach.
何があったの?
Cheering squads are important for gigantic baseball teams like ours, so we had this sort of academy-wide cheering brigade during this tournament season. It was customary for the band club to go as well. The band practiced too. But on the day of, several members of the club had a light music contest they were performing in outside of the club itself.
ぶつかっちゃったんだ。
I told them they should go do it, especially when there were other cheering parties around. I said it'd be fine even if all the band club members weren't present. But the coach worked behind the scenes and said everyone had to cheer, that it was all part of morale. Every single band club member ended up participating since first thing in the morning.
ありゃ。
I learned this later on, but I guess the coach's hands were tied and a bunch of middle-aged guys from the booster club ordered him to make that call. People like that aren't satisfied unless they lump everyone together.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Mm-hmm.
ああ、あるね、古い人は。
I wouldn't accept that, and argued with the coach a number of times. I didn't think it was right for the band club members to give up their dreams for us. And when I did, he demoted me to second string. I didn't matter. Losing me, a single player wouldn't hurt our team's performance enough to talk about it.
And yet it did.
But I was the catcher, and that threw our pitcher, Toryo, off his game.
やっぱり変わるものなの？
Not sure. We've been a team ever since elementary school, so I think it was an issue of familiarity.
Based on how he acted in our conversation earlier, it sounded like his slump was ongoing.
Oh, I absolutely think it is. There's no way he would come and be like, hey, come back to the team.
Yeah. His technique and talent was the best in Japan, but he was a timid guy.
Thanks to that, our ace pitcher couldn't throw anymore. He was our secret weapon, so the whole team broke down. In the end, the club lost its first match in the tournament.
そっか。
Not good. I should keep the rest to myself. I didn't want to tell it. But I didn't stop.
Everyone blamed me. I just wanted to do the right thing. But that only caused problems for everyone else. Everyone said it was my fault. If only I hadn't done anything, everyone could have gone to the tournament. It would have been fine. And then I also wouldn't have.
Damn it. My vision was getting wobbly. My voice had gotten nasally for the most part, too. Reina had probably noticed by now. Men shouldn't cry. It was pathetic. But it was no use. I couldn't stop. Reina softly petted my head without saying a word. Squeeze. Then pulled me in close. My face was buried into her stomach. It was a little tough to breathe. But it was best if she didn't see my tears.
よしよし。
Reina continued to brush my head like so.
つらたんだったね。
She was treating me too much like a kid. I guess it was fine, though. The feel of her hand was comfortable as it brushed through my hair.
オーロは何も悪くないよ。何も悪くない。吹奏楽部の人たちを守ろうとしただけ。それが悪いわけないよ。
It all fell apart in the end. The band club, the baseball club.
They ultimately came to cheer us on without attending the contest. Despite their cheers and encouragement, we still lost. It was the worst outcome for everyone, including the band club.
Both fell apart because of me.
Everyone from the baseball club and the band club, the cheering squad and the booster club too, it was the worst possible outcome for all of them. And it was my fault.
生きてるとさ、何も悪いことしてなくても嫌な目に遭う時もあるよ。でもそれは運が悪かっただけ。 オーロが悪いんじゃない。オーロは悪くない。オーロがやってきたことは全部かっこいいよ。
Oh, crap. I was tearing up even more. It wouldn't stop. The dam had broken on my tears. And my emotions.
I wanted to play more baseball. I didn't want it to end that way.
Mm.
And the band club, all of them because of me.
Mm.
It was no use. It wouldn't stop. It wasn't like I'd personally sabotaged everyone or anything like that. I kept everyone else's feelings in mind. No, I hadn't. Something inside of me, something darker had come out. I couldn't stop it.
Damn it. Damn it! It's the coach's fault. It's because he screwed with me, because of his whims that I...
Hmm?
And the others in the club. They pushed all the responsibility for losing onto me. Who the hell are they, calling themselves teammates, damn it? Damn it!
Hmm?
Damn. My frustration was growing. Damn it. So many of these feelings I thought I had done away with this summer were still in my heart. But I didn't regret it solely due to this frustration.
But I understand how the others feel. I took everyone's tournament away from them.
Huh?
I'm not a bad guy. I haven't done anything wrong. But I caused them nothing but problems. Everyone's tournament ended because of me. All of that time and effort they put into practicing their youth, all wasted because of me. Of course they would be mad at me and believe it was my fault. It shouldn't be wrong. I shouldn't be wrong, and yet... Then why did it all come to the worst possible end?
I didn't remember what I may have said afterward. I probably just kept rambling on in the same vein. I'm sure Reina listened without a single complaint and gently pet my head, and then I kept on grumbling again and again. Over and over and over. Like I was getting everything that had built up inside of me out of my system. Again and again and again.
盗み聞きはお行儀が悪いわよ。うるせえ。隣の部屋だから聞こえちまうんだよ。
Yeah, she would.
Mm-hmm.
キサキさんとが一番相性良さそうね。やっぱり庶民同士、気が合うのかしら。
Thanks for bringing some levity to the situation, Jogasaki. We can always depend on you.
I will admit, 100% how she would be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, they belong together.
They belong together. They're the same social class.
かもな。ま、それでもいいさ。
Oh. Okay.
I think really it makes sense that this would earn Ria's respect for her.
Mm-hmm.
あいつが幸せなら、それが一番いいだろうさ。
So I wonder if it's a situation where she still had the plan for us to end up with Sylvie, but after this, she let it go?
Oh, she 100% did. Because that's why she said 2 and this, like...
Fascinating.
I think it's that she... this situation, she's like, you know what? They're really good together. She's really good for him.
Yeah.
Also, Rhea, best girl.
Yep.
金色ラブリッチェ。
Also, Reina, good friend. Absolutely.
yeah.
Like the
お
best.
はようございます。栗生茜です。
Hi,
Really?
Kane.
Would have never noticed.
In other news, the weather today is cold, but it's time for calisthenics. But not this episode.
Nope.
And it's a panning shot, which that's always fun. Stop panning. Anyway, wow. So the dam of our past has broken into 1,000 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And we have flooded all of that underlying resentment into Reina's soft lap.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's really no joke if this really does kind of feel like the route you're supposed to play first.
Oh, it 100% does, because it's handled so different in Sylvie's route, and
It
that
really
is. The entire reveal of his past here is important. Because
Absolutely.
I get the feeling that this is the setup for him and Reina in their entire relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I guess when I think about it too, we know that Sylvie and
Rhea?
Ellison are
Ellison.
sisters.
Yeah.
I am sure that plays a massive part in Ellison's route.
Oh, absolutely. There's no way that it can't.
So then I feel like all of the conflicts of these routes we've seen in another route.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess that makes sense when you take into consideration that Sylvie's route is the one to play last. Other than the golden route.
Still weird that it's not like, oh, you can start with Akane and the others. And,
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah. I don't know. I do imagine that Akane's route is probably the most inconsequential.
Yeah, I would absolutely imagine it. I love Akane. I think she's great. I think she's amazing comic relief.
Mm-hmm.
And I like every scene that she's in.
Oh, yeah.
But she really seems out of place in terms of being a route.
Yeah, it's true, but I guess that's why she's side route. Well, thank you all for watching. We hope to see you in the next one. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off.